2 weeks in Malaysia. 3 incredible destinations. Amazing food every single day. Comfortable hotels. A few luxury splurges. Total cost? Exactly $1,047. If you think Southeast Asia travel has to mean hostels and instant noodles, or that comfort means spending thousands, I'm about to change your mind. Today, I'm showing you exactly where every dollar went, what was worth it, what wasn't, and how you can do the same trip even cheaper if you want to. Let's break it down. I just spent 2 weeks traveling through Malaysia, hitting 3 completely different experiences. The modern energy of Kuala Lumpur, the cultural richness of Penang, and the beach paradise of the Perhentian Islands. My goal was simple: travel comfortably without breaking the bank. That meant nice hotels when it mattered, street food when it was better than restaurants, and knowing exactly where to save and where to spend. I tracked every single expense. Every meal, every ride, every accommodation, every random snack. And the final number? $1,047. That's about $75 per day for 2 weeks of incredible experiences. Here's the day-by-day breakdown of exactly how I did it, starting with the biggest expense of any trip. Before we get into the daily breakdown, let's talk about the flight because this is separate from the $1,000 on-ground budget. I flew from New York City, JFK or Newark, EWR, to Kuala Lumpur. Round trip cost was $650. I booked 3 months in advance through Google Flights and used a combination of price alerts and flexible dates to find the best deal. Here's the reality: your flight cost will vary massively depending on where you're flying from. From the US, expect $600 to $900 round trip if you book smart. From Europe, $500 to $800. From within Asia, potentially $200 to $400. Pro tip: sign up for flight deal newsletters like Scott's Cheap Flights or Going. I've saved hundreds using these services. For this budget breakdown, I'm focusing purely on what I spent once I landed in Malaysia. Total spent on accommodation, $336 for 13 nights. That's an average of $26 per night. Here's how that breaks down. Kuala Lumpur, 3 nights, $90 total, $30 per night, mid-range hotel near Masjid Jamek Metro. Penang, 4 nights, $88 total, $22 per night, boutique guesthouse in Georgetown. Perhentian Islands, 5 nights, $125 total, $25 per night, beachfront bungalow. Final night in KL near the airport, $33, airport hotel for early flight. Let me be clear, these weren't hostels. In Kuala Lumpur, I stayed at a clean, modern hotel with air conditioning, a private bathroom, and daily cleaning. The location was perfect, 2 minutes from the metro. In Penang, my guesthouse was in a heritage building with character, a comfortable bed, and the owner gave incredible local recommendations that saved me money on food and attractions. On Perhentian, my beachfront bungalow had ocean views, fan cooling, and I fell asleep to the sound of waves. It was basic but absolutely perfect for island life. Could I have gone cheaper? Absolutely. Hostels start at $8 to $12 per night. Could I have gone more expensive? Also yes. Luxury resorts exist at $100 to $300 per night. But this middle ground gave me comfort, good locations, and kept the budget reasonable. Total transportation, $147. This is where Malaysia really shines. Getting around is incredibly affordable. Within cities, $32. I used Grab for almost everything. It's like Uber, works perfectly in Malaysia, and it's ridiculously cheap. A 15-minute ride in KL costs $2 to $3. Airport to hotel in Penang? $8. I took dozens of Grab rides and spent only $32 total. The metro in KL is excellent and even cheaper. Single rides are $0.50-1.50, but I preferred the convenience of Grab for luggage and late nights. Between cities, $115. KL to Penang, I took a bus, $12, 6 hours. Comfortable sleeper bus with air conditioning and Wi-Fi. Could I have flown for $35? Yes, but I wanted to save money here, and the overnight bus meant I didn't lose a day of sightseeing. Penang to Perhentian Islands, this required multiple steps. Bus from Penang to Kuala Besut, $18, 8 hours. I took the night bus again and arrived early in the morning. Then speedboat from Kuala Besut to Perhentian, $15 round trip. The boat ride itself was an experience, flying across turquoise water for 45 minutes. Perhentian back to KL, reversed the journey. Boat to the mainland, $15 already paid, then bus to KL, $20. I took a day bus this time to see the countryside. Beautiful journey through palm plantations and small towns. Internal island transport, on Perhentian, you walk or take water taxis. I spent $5 total on a couple of boat rides between beaches. Transportation tips that saved me money: book buses through direct company websites or 12 Go Asia. Grab is always cheaper than regular taxis. Walking is free and often the best way to explore cities. Don't pay for tours when public transport works fine. Total food spending, $267 for 2 weeks. That's roughly $19 per day. This is where Malaysia becomes incredible. The food quality is amazing, and the prices are unbelievably low if you know where to eat. Breakfast, $42 total. I ate a Malaysian breakfast almost every day. Nasi lemak from street vendors, $1.50. Roti canai with curry, $1. Kaya toast with soft-boiled eggs and coffee at a kopitiam, $2.50. These weren't sad budget meals. This is what locals eat, and it's genuinely delicious. I had a few hotel breakfasts included in my accommodation, which helped stretch the food budget. Lunch, $98 total. Lunch was my main meal, usually at hawker centers. Char kway teow, $2. Nasi kandar with 3 curries, $3. Penang laksa, $2. Chicken rice, $2.50. I ate at proper restaurants maybe 3 times during lunch, spending $8 to $12 on those occasions. But honestly, the hawker center food was often better. Dinner, $94 total. Dinner was similar to lunch, mostly hawker centers and local restaurants. I splurged on seafood twice. Once in Penang at a local spot, grilled fish, prawns, and vegetables for $15. Once on Perhentian, fresh catch of the day for $18. Those splurge meals were absolutely worth it. Fresh seafood in Malaysia is incredible and still cheaper than in most places in the world. Snacks and drinks, $33 total. Fresh fruit from markets, maybe $15 total over 2 weeks. Coconuts on the beach, $1 each. Cendol, a Malaysian dessert, is $1.50. Coffee and tea throughout the day, usually $1 to $2. I drank mostly water, which I either got free from accommodations or bought in big bottles for 50 cents. I'm not a big drinker, but beer on Perhentian was $3 to $4 per bottle when I had it. Real talk about food. Could I have spent less? Yes. Cooking your own meals or eating only the absolute cheapest options could cut this to $10 to $12 per day. But I wanted to actually experience Malaysian food culture, and that meant eating out. Could I have spent more? Easily. Tourist restaurants charge $15 to $25 per meal. Hotel restaurants even more. Western food is always pricier. The sweet spot is eating where locals eat. Follow the crowds, trust the busy stalls, and you'll eat incredible food for very little money. Total on activities, $87. Malaysia is surprisingly affordable for attractions, and many of the best experiences are free. Kuala Lumpur, $28. Petronas Towers Sky Bridge, $10, booked online in advance. Batu Caves, free, just took a grab there. National Mosque, free. Merdeka Square area, free, walked around KL Tower, $8, better views than Petronas in my opinion. Walking around Chinatown, Little India, KLCC Park, all free. The $10 remaining was for small entrance fees to a couple of temples and a museum. Most of KL's attractions are either free or very cheap. Penang, $21. Street art walking tour, free, self-guided with a map from my guest house. Penang Hill Funicular Railway, for $1 round trip. Kek Lok Sai Temple, free, though donations are appreciated. Clan Jetties, free Fort Cornwallis, $3 Tropical Spice Garden, $8, this was beautiful and worth it. Walking Georgetown's heritage sites, free beaches at Batu Ferringhi, free. Perhentian Islands, $38. Snorkeling gear rental, $5 per day for 3 days, $15 total. One guided snorkeling boat trip, $18, saw sea turtles, totally worth it. Jungle trek to viewpoint, free. Swimming, beach time, watching sunsets, all free. One sunset beach barbecue, $5 for extra food beyond what was included. The truth about Perhentian is you don't need to pay for much. The ocean is right there. The snorkeling from shore is excellent. The main activities are free. Things I specifically avoided to save money. I skipped organized city tours because walking and grab worked fine. I didn't do expensive island hopping tours when the regular speedboat was included. I avoided the cable car on Langkawi since I went to Penang Hill instead. I'm not saying skip things you really want to do, but research what's actually worth it versus what's an overpriced tourist trap. Many of Malaysia's best experiences cost nothing. Total miscellaneous, $210. This category includes everything else that doesn't fit neatly into other sections. SIM card, $8, got a tourist SIM at KL Airport with enough data for 2 weeks. Essential expense. Having Google Maps, the Grab app, and the ability to research on the go saved me money in countless ways. Toiletries and sundries, $22, sunscreen, mosquito repellent, some medicine I needed, and a few toiletries I forgot to pack. These add up but are necessary. Buy these at local pharmacies or 7-Elevens, not hotel shops where they are marked up. Laundry, $8, did laundry twice. Many guest houses have laundry service for $3 to $5 per load. On Perhentian, I hand-washed most things since I was in swimwear half the time anyway. Souvenirs and shopping, $35. I bought some gifts for family, a couple of shirts, and some local snacks to bring home. This is completely optional and based on personal choice. Emergency fund used, $45. I had a minor situation where I needed to change my bus ticket at the last minute, which cost $15. I also bought a new phone charger when mine broke, $12. Various small unexpected costs added up to about $18 more. Always budget for unexpected expenses. Things happen. Tips and donations, $12. Malaysia doesn't have a tipping culture, but I left small tips for exceptional service a few times, and made donations at temples I visited. Travel insurance, $80. This was for 2 weeks of coverage. I always get travel insurance, and I recommend you do too. I didn't need to use it, but the peace of mind is worth it. This miscellaneous category is where budgets often get destroyed. Random purchases, unplanned expenses, things you just want. I kept it controlled by asking myself before every purchase, do I actually need this, or am I just buying it because I'm on vacation? Let me summarize exactly where the $1,047 went. Accommodation, $336, 13 nights. Transportation, $147, all buses, boats, and grab rides. Food, $267, every meal and snack. Activities, $87, entrances, and experiences. Miscellaneous, $210, everything else, including insurance. Daily average, $75. That's $75 per day for comfortable travel in Malaysia. Not backpacker struggle travel. Not luxury. Comfortable, with good food, decent hotels, and real experiences. Let's compare this to other budget scenarios. Ultra-budget version, if I'd stayed in hostels at $10 per night, eaten only the cheapest street food, skipped paid activities, and taken only the absolute cheapest transport, I could have done this trip for $500 to $600 total. That's around $35 to $40 per day. Luxury version, 5-star hotels, restaurants instead of hawker centers, private drivers, organized tours, resort islands. This same trip could easily cost $3,000 to $5,000. My budget hit the sweet spot, comfort without waste. Quality without overspending. Experiences without tourist traps. Looking back at 2 weeks and $1,047 spent, here's what I'd absolutely do again. Worth every cent. The beachfront accommodation on Perhentian. Waking up to ocean views for $25 per night? No regrets. Could I have stayed inland more cheaply? Yes. Would it have been as magical? No. Eating at hawker centers constantly. This is where I got the best food for the least money. I saved hundreds compared to tourist restaurants and ate better food. The guided snorkeling trip on Perhentian. Seeing sea turtles in the wild, exploring coral reefs with a knowledgeable guide, for $18? One of the trip highlights. Taking night buses between cities. I saved on accommodation, didn't waste daylight hours on transport, and the buses were comfortable enough that I actually slept. The SIM card. Having data meant I could find the best local food spots, use Grab efficiently, navigate without getting lost, and make last-minute bookings. Saved me way more than $8. Worth reconsidering. The splurge seafood dinners were good, but honestly, the $3 hawker center meals were often just as delicious. I could have saved $25 to $30 here without sacrificing much. Some of the souvenirs. I bought things at the moment that I don't actually value now. Should have been more selective. Taking a Grab when I could have walked. Convenience is nice, but I probably took 10 rides that weren't necessary, wasting $20 to $25 total. Total waste of money. The airport hotel was my last night. It cost $33 and was purely for convenience. I could have stayed near the city and taken an early Grab to the airport for $10 total. Wasted $20 plus for a few hours of sleep. Buying water at tourist spots. I paid $2 for a small bottle near Petronas Towers when 7-Eleven sold the same thing for 50 cents 2 blocks away. Happened multiple times, probably lost $5 to $8 this way. One organized food tour I booked in Penang. Cost $25, took me to places I'd already been eating at for $2 to $3 per meal. Complete waste. Just explore on your own. Based on this trip, here are the strategies that genuinely saved me hundreds. Tip 1. Eat where locals eat. I cannot stress this enough. Every single time I ate at a place full of Malaysians, the food was incredible and cheap. Every time I ate at a place targeting tourists, the food was mediocre and expensive. Look for crowds. If a stall has a line and others sit empty, join that line. Trust locals with your food choices, and your budget will thank you. Tip 2. Book accommodation outside tourist centers. My KL hotel was 10 minutes by metro from KLCC but cost half what hotels near Petronas charge. My Penang guesthouse was in Georgetown but on a quieter street, saving me $15 per night compared to the main tourist strip. Stay near, not in, the tourist center. You'll save massive amounts, and Malaysian transport is cheap enough that being slightly further out doesn't matter. Tip 3. Use Grab religiously. Regular taxis will quote 3 to 4 times what Grab charges. The airport taxi mafia will tell you that Grab doesn't work or isn't allowed. Ignore them. Walk to the Grab pickup point and save money. I saved at least $50 total just by using Grab instead of street taxis. Tip 4. Take night buses for long distances. The overnight bus from KL to Penang saved me a hotel night and arrived early, so I had a full day. Same with Penang to the coast. 2 nights of accommodation saved equals $50 to $60. Yes, it's not as comfortable as a bed. But the buses are decent, you save time and money, and you wake up at your next destination ready to explore. Tip 5. Buy snacks and drinks at convenience stores. 7-Eleven and other convenience stores are everywhere in Malaysia. Water costs 50 cents there, $2 to $3 at tourist spots. Snacks are cheap. Coffee is $1 to $2. I spent maybe $20 total at convenience stores and saved probably $40 to $50 compared to buying everything at attractions or from vendors. Tip 6. Do free activities. Malaysia has incredible free attractions. Batu Caves, Merdeka Square, beaches, temples, parks, street art, and heritage areas. I spent entire days doing free things that were just as memorable as paid activities. Don't feel obligated to pay for every experience. Some of my favorite moments cost nothing. Tip 7. Haggle at markets. I'm not naturally comfortable bargaining, but in Malaysia's markets, it's expected. I paid the asking price on my first day and later saw locals buying the same items for 40% less. Start your offer at half the asking price, settle somewhere in the middle. It's part of the experience, and you'll save on souvenirs. Tip 8. Travel during shoulder season. I went in April, just after Chinese New Year crowds but before peak summer. Accommodation was cheaper, attractions were less crowded, and I had more flexibility with bookings. Avoid Chinese New Year, school holidays, and peak tourist seasons if budget is a concern. How you can do it cheaper: 13 to 2 p.m. If $1,000 is still too much, here's how to cut costs. Accommodation, save $150, stay in hostel dorms, $10 per night instead of $26 per night. Over 13 nights, that's $208 saved. Food, save $100, cook some meals if your accommodation has a kitchen. Stick to only the cheapest hawker options. Skip the splurge seafood dinners. You could eat for $12 to $15 per day instead of $19. Transport, save $50, take only buses, never Grab. Walk more. Skip one destination and go deeper into fewer places. You could cut the transport to under $100 total. Activities, save $40, do only free activities. Skip paid entrances. Snorkel without renting gear. The experience is slightly diminished but still good. Miscellaneous, save $80, don't buy souvenirs. Skip travel insurance if you have coverage through credit cards. Hand wash all clothes. Be more careful with random purchases. New total, about $600 to $650 for 2 weeks. That's $43 to $46 per day. Definitely doable, though you're sacrificing some comfort and flexibility. If you have more budget and want to upgrade. Better accommodation, add $200, stay in nicer hotels, $40 to $50 per night. Get ocean view rooms. Book boutique hotels with character. Your sleep quality improves significantly. More food flexibility, add $150, eat at nice restaurants more often. Try fusion cuisine. Have drinks with dinner. Don't stress about every food decision. Activities, add $100, do the cooking classes, the diving certification, the organized tours, and the spa treatments. Say yes to more experiences. Convenience, add $50, take flights between cities instead of buses. Use Grab without thinking about cost. Buy things when you need them without comparison shopping. New total, about $1,500 to $1,600 for 2 weeks. That's $107 to $114 per day. This would be a very comfortable trip with few compromises. 2 weeks in Malaysia for just over $1,000 gave me experiences I'll remember forever. I saw futuristic cities, UNESCO heritage towns, and pristine islands. I ate food that changed how I think about Southeast Asian cuisine. I met incredible people and had adventures I couldn't have predicted. The number, $1,047, is just data. What matters is whether the money-bought experiences are worth having. And in this case? Absolutely yes. Malaysia rewards budget travelers. The infrastructure makes it easy to travel cheaply. The food culture means that eating well costs very little. The attractions are often free or affordable. You don't have to suffer to save money here. My advice? Don't try to do this trip for $500 unless you really have to. The extra $500 buys you comfort, flexibility, and the ability to say yes to experiences without constantly calculating costs. The stress reduction alone is worth it. But also don't think you need $3,000 to $5,000 to travel well. You don't. Smart choices, local knowledge, and willingness to eat like locals rather than tourists make incredible travel accessible. Whatever your budget, Malaysia can work for you. This breakdown shows one way to do it. Adjust up or down based on your preferences and financial situation. If this budget breakdown helped you plan your own Malaysia trip, hit that like button. Subscribe for more honest travel advice with real numbers. And drop a comment telling me, what's your daily travel budget? Are you a $30 per day backpacker or a $150 per day comfort traveler? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.